Hey everyone, this is Dying Demon, and today our showcase is going to be in a game called Guild of Dungeoneering. Now, this is an Android game that I picked up quite a while ago on Humble Bundle, a little Android pack they have, which dealt with like dungeoneering, exploration, tactical things, Kingdom Rush, stuff like that. Well, same thing. Actually, right now it's on sale again in Humble Bundle in their Endless Bundle. So I'd recommend going to pick that up if you want to give it a shot. Now, there's not any game audio this time around. There's nothing I can do about that. I'm using a screencast to capture it to my computer, but it doesn't capture audio, unfortunately. And my audio pass-through cable seems to be broken, so it won't do the audio. Instead, it just connects and disconnects constantly. I think there's a break in the cable itself. So you're just going to do it with my voice and playing the game. And it's sad because a lot of the charm of this game comes from its audio. I'm going to see if I'll try for the most part to hold the game up to the mic. It's not going to be the best audio. I'm sorry about that. I'll see what I can't do later. I would normally capture all this using the Andy Android emulator, but I don't have that right now because it was like Windows 10 updated, and after that it just stopped working. I'll try and get that up and working again. If I need to, I'll revisit this game if you feel it needs to be in better quality. But for now, we'll just get on with it. I have it screencasting right now to Firefox and then using OBS to capture the screen from Firefox, so whatever works. So let's start with a new game. Let's see what my volume is at. Wrong one. Why can't I up you? Forgive all the overlay. Why are you on headset? There's nothing plugged in for headset. Yes. Click. Whatever, we'll just start. Now, this game's a bit different. How do I explain this? Letting it load for now. Instead of your normal, you build towers and defend, basically you're building a dungeon. Like if you ever played Dungeon Keeper or Dungeon Maker, same thing. You build your dungeon up. Oh, no audio. But basically you build up your dungeon, and you then put your explorers in it. You choose them before you go in. You then lure them into fights with monsters to level up and then steal treasure and gold and kill enemies. Now, pretty much you were basically, if I understand this right, kicked out of the Ivory League of Explorers. So you decide to make your own guild, the Guild of Dungeoneers. And this is where you begin. You start with your basic guild, and as you can tell, it has an almost blueprintish style layout. You draw cards to decide what moves and stuff you'll make, but for now, we're going to build the barracks, where you get a chump. I can't hear it. Give me one moment. I'm going to cut here and come back whenever I get the audio fixed. Alright, I'm coming back, and I think I've got it fixed. Don't know if y'all can hear that. You might be able to. So, let's go exploring. Basically, I built it, and it gave me a chump. Now, your chump is your very first hero, and then your very first dungeon is rats. How original. I'm going to tell you now, the Bard, I had to forget what the heck they were called. The Bard makes it, but at the same time, it's rather fun. Even if you have the Bard turned off, which a lot of people do because he does get annoying over time. You know what? Let's just go in and show you, because I'm just droning on. Now, like I said, right now this is in Humble Bundle, and it is pretty darn cheap if you want to check it out. So I recommend going to Humble Bundle and giving it a check. I don't know how long. It doesn't have like more than a week or two that it's going to be on sale. So here we go. So, let's turn that down some. There we go. So your very first thing you're going to do is fight a rubber duck. Now, as you can see at your top, you have your 3 cards that you draw. You have Lucky Hit, which does 2 physical damage, Eye Closed Punch, which does 1 damage, and Cower. It negates 1 damage of any type. The rubber ducky drew which is pretty much means that it does nothing. This is an actual stat you can get called Stupidity. And it will basically draw cards like this where you do nothing and just stand there to get your face pummeled in. So let's try Lucky Hit. Double tap. Alright, he gets Anger, which attacks me for 1 damage, but hurts him for 1, so I'm just going to Cower. Boop. Would you look at that? Let's Cower again, so I'll only take 1 damage, and then he'll kill himself. Now, at the very end of every turn, you choose your loot. Like I see, for this one, you can get Stupidity by choosing a newspaper hat, or I can get a ruffled shirt and get Shift 1, or a wooden stool, which also gives me Crush 1, Armor 1, and Stupidity 1. I'm going to go with this one. Least negative stats. This is pretty much how everything works in this game. You start off with this, which is your placement turn. So I'm going to place this one right over here. Well, you didn't want to render it all. Wonder why. Alright, place that there. Take this one up here. Now, I'm already level 1, so I'm going to drop a nasty rat right here. Now, your hero naturally will move to something equal or greater than its level, unless you have treasure down, in which case it will go for treasure first. This is pretty much how it works. This is how your entire overlay works. Let me go to settings real quick and turn on turbo mode, which I can't. Okay, never mind, I'm not turning on turbo mode. We're gonna start with a lucky hit. If I die, I die. But, you know, for now. So this is an unblockable hit. I can go first, though. And then draw an extra card. Okay. So. Let's cower and block his punch. This can't be blocked, so we'll just go with an eyes closed punch. Now, you need to know that when you're fighting an enemy, if you both die at the same time, you lose. The enemy will win. So it's best to kill them first. There we go. Now, this is going to be a very brief overview of the game. There is actually a decent amount of content. This is something to play whenever you're feeling like you just want a game to play. Let's say you're on a flight or something and you're in airplane mode, can't connect to the internet, need something to play. This is it. Ooh, a straitjacket. Nah. Nope. Whatever I do, I'm getting stupidity, aren't I? Fine, be that way. Squeak, squeaky, squeak. Let's see. Choo-choo-boo, choo-choo-boo. Alright, we're gonna put you over here. And you know what? For now, let's drop treasure in here. He will now prioritize that bat. Is that a bat or a rat? It might be a rat. Prioritize that over the other one up top because it has treasure. And we'll take this and drop it right here. Yep, that's a bit of silver coin, my friend. That's a bit of silver coin. Now, right now, as you can see, my deck is rather thick, and it will only get thicker as time goes on. The game will give you hints that even tell you keep your deck thin. As you progress and your characters level up and they take damage and then they beat the dungeon and get a battle scar, and then you add your other things like equipment and armor and other classes, your deck keeps getting thicker. You're going to want to keep that as small as you can. Find ways with equipment that replace each other, like Sword 1 being replaced with Sword 2, or Armor 1 replaced with Armor 2. This will remove certain attacks and abilities, but replace them with others, keeping your deck thin, but increasing how much power you have. This is important, because you can end up with a lot of skills and abilities that you have absolutely no use for. And ends up weighing you down in combat, can't get the attack you need, and you die. Bye, rat. There we go, I beat it.
Who would have thought the way you fought, you'd be so very brave? Now we need somebody else to fill this empty grave.
But yeah, you get the point. So basically, at the end of everything, you get gold based off of every map, every room you go through and empty, every monster killed, every loot and gear that you sell, and then beating the quest gives you a bonus. From there, you also can get the bottom that says bonus battle scar. So I got 63 gold and a battle scar. The scar is hulking, and if I tap on it, it just gives me +1 health at the start of the stage. So as soon as he goes into battle, he now has +1 permanent health. You get up to 2 of those every time. And because I beat an area, return to my guild, that's kind of what unblockable means. Whatever. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Now, if I want to expand my guild, which I can now, using the gold I got, which is on the bottom right-hand side, I can go either might, magic, or loot. For this one, I'm going to go magic. So let's start with this and get a mime.
Is there anything that's more soul-destroying than having to rhyme all the time? There's only one thing perhaps more annoying, and that would be an insufferable mime.
So now that I put down a new room, as you said, I got the insufferable mime. Boop. Alrighty. Now I can either go exploring again and hit this and defeat the Rat King, or I can, change it out. Instead of a mime, I can go back to my chump. Now, like I said, if they die, that's it. They're dead. They go to a graveyard. That's it. End of story. But in the end, there is a lot of content to this game. A lot that you can't see on the screen because I haven't gone that far. I don't plan to go any further than this. You now have a basic understanding of how the game works, which is build up your guild, go on adventures, kill enemies, gather gold, keep exploring outwards. There is an actual storyline to it, as strange as it may sound. And half the fun is the bard until he gets too annoying and you turn him off because, ugh. But you know what? That's how I'm going to end this Dungeoneer, this showcase. I will place a link in the description to the Humble Bundle sale going on right now that has Dungeoneers in it, if you want to check it out. But yeah, I actually enjoy this. I have, unfortunately, made a mistake whenever I reformatted my phone once, and I didn't back up my save to this, which is why there is no save files, and I just haven't had time to get back to it. But when you're traveling, or you're in the car and just waiting to get somewhere, and you're the rider, not a driver, yeah, it's a good way to spend your time. But until next time, this has been Dying Demon, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.